Melikaliki snacka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian snacking day. That's the snacking message that we send to you from the land where snacks are served all day. Here we know that some snacks will be crisp and light, while other snacks will go and ruin our night. Melikaliki snacka is Hawaii's way to say happy snacking to you. You tried that. You Tried Dat, Hawaiian episode. Nick Novak with my pals Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Aloha.
Yes, aloha, boys.
And aloha.
We are going to be trying some Hawaiian snacks today, and I'm looking forward to it. We got 5 of them as opposed to our normal 3. And what better way to start off the Hawaiian-themed episode than to talk about St. Patrick's Day? So,
well,
of course.
Yeah. I mean, it's an Irish luau, right? Is that what basically St. Patrick's Day is?
And I don't know how much this has to do with St. Patrick's Day, but Geiger, you were actually just relating a story to us before we started, and we started to laugh, so we didn't even let you finish. We said,
let's see if that carries through. It's not a real long story. My sister and I and my dad went to a Bucks game recently, Milwaukee Bucks, NBA basketball. And it was on St. Patrick's Day. And the guy in front of us had been celebrating St. Patrick's Day for some time, I think. He was...
Since the previous St. Patrick's Day, perhaps?
Right. I think...
It was April.
Right. Yeah, right. We went yesterday. I think the scientific term for what he was fucking hammered. I think that's what they call it. And he was dressed like a leprechaun. Like he had a tam o' shanter hat on and a green jacket. And he would just like get up and just shout really dumb stuff at the players. And we were, I mean, not that any player ever really pays attention to what fans yelled, but we were maybe 2 steps from the entrance. We were pretty high up there. There's no clue or hope that they could hear us. And he is like,
he was shouting stuff towards the players in the general direction.
He was shouting in the air and hoping the sound waves carried through. Trust me, there are years growing up a Bucks fan when you could probably hear a nickel drop on the floor in that stadium. There was no one there. But they are good this year. That was not one of them. And he was like in the aisle, like we were sitting on the aisle seat, and he was just like dancing around and gyrating and shaking his ass and stuff, like just clearly drunk. And I mean, it's kind of funny, kind of annoying. You kind of just want to sit down so you can see the game and not his ass, but you know.
Was it a hot ass?
Ooh, no, a little doughy, a little middle-aged dude ass.
How old was that guy?
No fucking clue. I would say he's probably, if I had to guess, like maybe early 40s, late 30s, early 40s, old enough to not be hammered and dancing at a Bucks game. I mean, not that anyone should be, but you know,
old enough to not be dressed like a leprechaun. It's probably another.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, at what age should you be dressed like a leprechaun? Like, is it acceptable? Unless you're
only if you're starring in one of the Leprechaun movies,
right?
And that's it.
Oh, I forgot to mention it was the star of Lep in the Hood, Lep 5.
It was Warwick Davis.
Well, it was Warwick Davis. And he turned around really creepily and said, "What's up, my ninjas?
I'm going to summon me demon fly girls." Great movie. You should all watch it.
So it's the end of the game. The Bucks are clearly going to lose, and the opposing team is shooting free throws, and it was kind of a bogus call, and the fans are booing it. And this guy just like staggers out and says to his buddy, like, "Let's go." And he's like walking up the aisle, and he stops. He pauses right by where my sister was sitting, like right on the aisle, and just sort of casually turns around and like faces us, and then faces the stands, just like a deadpan stare on his face, and just goes, "Ball sack," and then just keeps walking. And I don't know why it was so funny. It wasn't like he yelled it either. He just kind of stated it like quietly for the group.
Right.
Ball sack. And then he just like turned around and left. And we all just kind of looked at each other. My dad goes like, did he just say ball sack? And I just could not stop laughing. And to this day, I will just randomly text. To this day, this happened a month ago. But I will randomly text my sister and my dad, ball sack.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird thing to text your sister, but it's it's an inside joke.
That's pretty good. Do you think he just was talking about, he was just going through all the various parts of his body, right? Like it was a more advanced version of that like head, shoulders, knees, and toes song.
Yes.
Where it's like, chin, ball sack, feet, and taint or something.
He go hold on. So this dance, he goes all the way from his head, or his chin, down to his ball sack, down to his feet, and then back up to his taint. That's a circuitous route.
Like a form of calisthenics, basically.
Well, I guess it would have to be because ball sack and taint, that's really the same region. There's really nowhere to move your hand.
What's that?
My wife's getting a work call.
Answer it.
No. Went to voicemail. Hold on. Yes? Ball sack. Got
it. So Hawaii. Thoughts?
Have you guys ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I really want to go though. It's on my short list of places I'd really like to go.
Well, the snacks today I think will let us know whether we should visit. So how many likes of these 5 before you feel like that's a travel destination?
I think it needs to be 3 out of 5, like mostly positive. Otherwise, I just want the volcanoes to consume all the islands. That's what happens, right?
Okay. A lot at stake here.
So when you think Hawaii, what do you generally think of food-wise? Do you have any preconceived ideas about Hawaiian cuisine or snackery?
Spam and pineapple are probably the 2 things that come up.
Right, like Hawaiian pizza or whatever.
Spam's a big Hawaiian thing, yeah. I think it was the GIs that lived there or were stationed there in the war, had a lot of spam on them, and then would get to the surrounding people, and it's like part of their like food cuisine now. I could be wrong about the etymology of that, but I'm pretty sure that I know it's a big part of their cuisine. Could be wrong about how it started.
Nobody wants your fucking history lesson.
Shut the fuck up, Infobot.
Stop talking about food on this fucking snack podcast. Get back to telling stories about drunk guys talking about their ball sacks.
Tell me a story about a drunk guy dressed like a hula girl at the Brewers game.
He turned to me and said, uterus. And then he kept walking.
Actually, speaking of sort of like statistics and numbers of likes, I did have one thing I wanted to run by you guys real quick. So, we've been compiling the stats, right? Like I've been keeping a spreadsheet about the ratings that we've been giving people. And so not giving people. We haven't been rating people. We've been rating snacks.
Been rating people off. That's a separate podcast.
Yeah. That was the Hot or Not podcast. Sorry about that.
That's You Like Them?
You like them? Indifferent to them.
That's You Like Dead Ass?
That's literally to see if we have any welcome visitors. Most visitors are not welcome.
So I looked at, I have a tab in the spreadsheet, which is, the ratings that each of us have given. So like number of hates, number of dislikes, etc. And so I'm just going to read the 3 numbers that are in the hate column. And I want to see if you guys can guess which one is the outlier. So okay. One person has given out 7 hates. One person has given out 11 hates. So those are kind of in the ballpark. And then one person has given out 24 hates.
I know exactly who's given out all 3 of those numbers.
More than the other 2 combined. All right, let's hear it, Novak.
Okay. Giving out 7 hates is Geiger. Am I correct?
Oh, wait, say all three, then I'll tell you.
Okay, because Geiger
Okay.
is well known as not hating anything.
Right.
And he even only started giving out hates because we gave him shit about not hating anything.
I hated your perception of me, so I had to give out hates.
11 is me, and 24 is. there's no way it's not you. There's no way it's not you.
Yeah, it's got to be you. I was like,
24 is in fact Chad Dogshit Hancock.
I was gonna say we should just rename it instead of hates. The rating should be this is dog shit.
However, I bet you've given out more loves than anyone too, right?
Actually no. Loves it's even at it's very even. It's at 10, 10, and 12, and you have the 12, Novak.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Where
That's
I'm
surprising.
You're a lover,
where I'm
Novak, not a
I'm way
snacker.
behind you guys in likes, actually. Geiger is king of likes, 20 ahead of both of us.
You're Chad. You're like the Simon Cowell of the podcast.
You're an asshole.
I'm an asshole. I'm British.
Geiger, you're, I guess, what? Do you want to be Paul Abdul or Randy Jackson?
Is neither a choice, or
That's
can I be the Howie Mandel of the what's the fucking thing with the
or
X's?
America's Got Talent.
Yeah. America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
That's it.
The fucking X's, that show.
Fucking X's.
The fucking X's.
All right, so let's. We've got a lot of snacking to
Yeah.
do, so let's not waste any more time. We
Wasting my time.
rate it on a 5-point scale. It's a love dat, like dat, indifferent to dat, dislike dat, and Chad's favorite, hate dat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start. Let's start with the wasabi peas because that's a little bit more common of these things that we'll be trying today.
I have a feeling I might be increasing that hate dat total. But we'll see. Where did we get these Hawaiian snacks from? We should say. Because none of us have been to Hawaii.
This these snacks have come to us from a name you may have heard before on the podcast, Des, who has sent us 2 eps worth of snacks that generated some of those hate that's. So we'll see if she can do better here in the Hawaii snack. Again, Des, thank you very much. Not off to a good start.
I'm finishing his sentence.
Thank you very much, Des. Okay.
Ooh, that wasabi.
Have you never had a wasabi pea? I think these have been in like snack mixes before that I've definitely had these.
Oh damn it! Now I don't want to try it after that reaction.
Do you guys like wasabi as a flavor? Like a
no.
sushi, it's kind of.
I love sushi, and I always like, unless it's just a very tiny amount of wasabi. I don't want it anywhere in there.
These are very strong in wasabi.
It's got that like you take a bite and like your nostrils just kind of clear a little bit.
I didn't have that strong of a reaction as you did.
No, they're not
maybe 'cause
nearly as
that-
strong as.
I was expecting a little worse.
I think I wasn't expecting it at all. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it. They're called wasabi peas, but
I was expecting a regular pea.
it caught me by surprise. They're very crunchy.
So, for those who have not had these, I don't notice anything different about these, particularly this Hawaiian version, than other wasabi peas. But they, just a small like M&M sized pea, and then it's very crunchy, and I don't know. It's a hard taste to describe.
Yeah.
Other than just saying wasabi. So it remind me of too much. Geiger, do you feel like from other peas you've had that these are any different?
These are, not too much different. I would say the wasabi flavor is a lot stronger. Not quite to the choking on it like Chad was, but it is much stronger than it normally is. I'm looking at the ingredients. These are Hawaiian Tradition Wasabi Peas, by the way. Hawaiian Tradition is the brand. Looking at the ingredients, the wasabi flavor, it looks like it's mostly generated from horseradish, which makes a ton of sense.
It's fake.
actually.
It's fake wasabi. It's not the actual. Like a lot of times, the wasabi you get at sushi restaurants is like cheap sushi restaurants is just actually horseradish, like dyed green or something. Real wasabi tastes a lot different, actually.
That makes sense though to me, because in my head, now that I'm putting the two together, horseradish and wasabi seem to have that same kind of biting flavor in common, at least a little bit.
The thing that jumps
although-
out about me about this quote unquote Hawaiian snack is that it says
Yeah.
on the package, product of Malaysia. Nothing more Hawaiian than that.
It says Hawaiian tradition on the top. It's got to be Hawaiian. Maybe Hawaii's tradition is stealing wasabi peas from Malaysia.
All right.
be.
Geiger, you're a leadoff man. Why don't you tell
Yeah.
us what you think?
Yep. I wanted to note I'm the leadoff man because I'm the best one of us at softball. That's going to be a joke targeted at 2 listeners of this podcast. There we go. Yeah, no, I don't love wasabi as a flavor. When I eat sushi, I skip the wasabi. I don't really like it. I don't find it like spitting. I won't spit it out like you were on the verge of doing, Chad. It's not so bad I couldn't eat it. I just don't like Hawaii. I don't like Hawaii flavor. I don't like wasabi flavor. So I would. I'm in for a rough F because I hate anything from Hawaii.
I don't like Hawaii.
Look, I think Hawaii is a piece of shit. We should have stopped at 49. It's fine. I think I'm indifferent to that. I would probably not seek them out. You know what? Nah. I will say I'm gonna give it a dislike that. I just don't like the taste of wasabi. These are fine representations of wasabi peas. I just don't like wasabis, and therefore I would never eat this again.
All right, start with the dislike. Chad, I have a feeling you may be in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna double up onto dislike that. The first one was kind of startling and surprising, but when I had the second one, I was like, oh, this isn't like super repulsive or anything. It's just not very good. I actually think it's too hard. It's a little too crunchy, and again, that wasabi flavor is just kind of unpleasant. So dislike that for these.
All right. We're not going to have an unwelcome visitor, though, because I think they're okay. I don't like peas in general. Wasabi, I'm kind of indifferent to. But I do like the crunch. You said that they're too crunchy. I think that's the best part of it for me. I did go back for a few more, but I probably wouldn't do it regularly. I'm going to go indifferent to that. They're definitely a little better than I was anticipating before eating them. So we've got 2 dislikes and an indifferent to open things up. So not going to be too tough to beat. Let's go next to these little honey roasted macadamias.
It's a very
Mauna Loa.
Muana Loa. It's a very oddly shaped package.
It's like a
with
triangle or a pyramid or something.
two
Two
triangles like shoved together in a weird way.
It's a geometric shape that my brain can't process. They somehow made a package.
This is some kind of 4th dimension bullshit. I don't know. Do you guys eat macadamia nuts? I don't think I ever really do, or I couldn't tell you if it's even a good nut.
I think I had one a long time as a kid, but it's been a really long time. These are big nuts. They look like a big, wide half a peanut.
Yeah.
They're not overly honey tasting. Like, they're not too sweet, I don't think.
No, they're actually not nearly as sweet as I thought they would be. If you think about like when you eat honey roasted peanuts and stuff like that.
Do you guys like honey roasted peanuts?
Sweet.
I actually really like them.
I do.
Yeah,
They're
me
great.
too.
Like, kind of one of my sneaky favorite things to get at like a ball game is those like sugar roasted like cashews or pecans or whatever, where they have like a big bag of like roasted nuts covered in sugar.
Yeah, these are very sizable. I'd say the size of at least 2 to 3 regular size honey roasted peanuts together.
Yeah.
I'll just say 2 of these nuts would have a hard time fitting in your ball sack. Probably not, actually. Maybe Simon calls.
What? How big is your ball sack? Don't answer that.
All right. Chad, you're going to lead us off here. What do you think of the honey roasted macadamias?
They're fine. They don't really jump out at me in any way. They're certainly not bad. I wish they were sweeter. I wish they were peanuts instead, also, which is the nut equivalent of saying, I wish this was a Reese's cup.
I wish they were.
I wish it was a piece of chocolate cake. Other than that,
I don't know. It's just a inferior nut. I know peanuts are actually a legume, but shut up. So, yeah. I think these are just middle of the road for me, indifferent to that. There's nothing special here.
I actually think there's too much sugar added onto these nuts. I know you guys think you expect them to be sweeter, but the sugar taking away from like the nut kind of taste to me.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know. I guess I know honey roasted peanuts. That same thing happens with it. I guess I'm gonna totally agree with Chad, and that I wish this were a Reese's cup. I mean, so. Yeah, it's not great, but it's good enough, I think, to get an indifferent. It's just kind of there. Again, if they were sitting in a bowl at a party, then I would possibly eat them, but that would be the only scenario in which I'd eat them. So indifferent to that, and there's a knock at the door.
Mm-hmm.
It is election season.
Mm-hmm.
So Geiger
is the Hawaii governor's race. It's Don Ho, the only Hawaiian I know. Actually, I'm going to answer the door when they come by. I'm going to take a pamphlet. I'm going to say, I don't really care about this, but thanks, and shut at the door. But at least he feels like he did his job. I like them. I thought they'd be sugarier, but I don't necessarily mean that as an insult. I think there was the right amount of sugar for me. It wasn't overly sweet, but there was also a little bit of saltiness in the nut. I like that bigger nut. It was like crunchy, and I like honey nut roasted stuff. So I think for me, I enjoyed it. I wish there were more of them. There was like a very small packet, but that probably says more about my impulse control than it does about the product itself. So I would give it a like that. I thought those were good. I would eat them again. Tasty.
All right, so out to the lead is the macadamia nuts with two indifferents and a like. Geiger, I heard that you got laid by the governor of Hawaii.
Yes. Yep. He gave me a necklace of flowers to wear, and then I fucked him.
His name is David Ige.
What?
Did
you look that up?
I just Googled Hawaiian governor.
I'm like, is this just a really terrible joke?
Nope.
His name's David Hige.
Geiger, did you fuck the governor? Was his name Gay?
No. Well, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. IGE. Eeg? Maybe it's Eeg or...
IGE, and you went for Hige?
No, I said Ige. Ige.
Oh.
Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's spelled Jones, but I think it's pronounced homosexual. I could be wrong. I think I got it wrong.
Oh
boy. Oops. Yeah. No. Look.
But anyway, you did. You got flowers from him, or you had sex with him? Which was it?
Me?
Yeah, the governor of Hawaii.
Who do you think he's fucking talking to?
We both exchanged ceremonial lays, like the flower, and then we changed ceremonial lays. Maybe they put on the Hawaiian national theme song and fuck each other. That's how it's called the ceremonial lay. That's what they do in Hawaii.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah,
All right. Well, you got through half the episode without a lay joke.
Look, you guys told me not to do any more of my Hawaii facts. I didn't want to start sharing their traditions and practices on the podcast.
All right, let's move to the sweet Hing Mui, which
come again?
Jade sweet Hing Mui. This one actually is made in Hawaii, and it says, "How local can you get?" on the thing, but they used an exclamation point when they should have used a question mark. I am a grammar nerd. So what the fuck is this? It says plum, licorice, salt, and then a bunch of chemicals.
Aspartame.
It's a bunch of...
Yep.
Is this like a dried plum kind of thing? Or sweet... Is Hing Mui some kind of fruit?
Yeah, someone look up that
Li
translation.
Hing
So
Mui.
what these things look like, it kind of like, without biting into it, has sort of the feel of a raisin or something on the outside. It's like, feels like
Yeah,
dried
what's those?
fruit.
It's a salty
Those,
dried plum, is
it
what it's
looks like a
supposed to be.
prune, is what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Like when you're, yeah.
but it looks like looks like a prune with like dry rub on it or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a barbecued prune. It does look like that.
Oh my god!
Chad loves it.
Fuck?
Uh,
What the fuck?
Oh, it's so
Fuck.
hard. I
Ugh.
can't even bite through that.
There's a pit in the middle.
Wow. That explains that.
Ugh.
Wait, so this is good?
Oh my
You
god. That is so fucking like sour or whatever.
Oh, it's like nature's warhead.
Yeah, you're
Mm.
right. I don't get the why the pit has to be in there.
I don't get the point of them.
Ugh.
That is shit.
What
Jesus
in the fuck?
Fucking Christ.
Oh god. That was so bad.
I was not expecting, like, all right, it's like a dried fruit, right? Like, I'm sort of expecting, like, when you get some dried mango or, like, something like that, where I was expecting something very sweet. And then to be hit with that, like, layer of sour, and, like, it just doesn't go away. Oh, that
What
was
is
rough.
sweet about this? I hate to eat the sour one.
Fuck. Jesus.
I think that
Yeah, it
it's
says
sweet.
sweet in the title. How the fuck is this sweet?
Well,
Wow.
Li Ming Hui means sour as fuck. So
Oh.
I'm going first, and
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
this Li Hing Mui tastes like ball sack. It is terrible. I actually spit it out and then went back and ate the rest just to be fair. And
Mhm.
it's
That
just
sounds even more
Same.
disgusting.
it's
I
hard.
did the same. I was like, maybe I spit it out too quick. Maybe maybe like there's some second layer, so I put it back in my mouth and then
Right.
re-spit it out.
Yes, there was a second layer that was even worse than the first layer. So this is a pretty easy hate that for me. That's hate that number 12 for me. Gagger, what do you think?
Oh, what was I at? 8? 7?
You were at 7.
7.
Yeah, consider this 8. And you consider these snacks never 8 again. These are fucking terrible. These are... First of all, there's a pit in them, so you have to chew around them, so it's got to be in your mouth for a while.
Yeah.
And
The
during
pit
that time,
is almost like 60 or 70% of the entire size of the thing.
yeah, I popped mine in and started biting, and I thought, I can't chew this. And then Chad said there's a pit in it, and that made sense. But the outside was so rubbery, I thought it was just like sticky. And the outside, it just sucks all the moisture out of your mouth. It is so sour and salty. I don't know where the sweet in the name came from. I don't care what Li Hing Yu means. This thing sucks ass. Or I should say ball sack. Hate that.
Yeah.
Clear hate that. This is trash.
All right, Chad.
Watch,
the
this is
smell
like
in
some
the air.
cultural artifact from Hawaii. This piece of shit. 3 white guys from America. Well, I guess
Something
Hawaii's
smells
America.
in the air, and I see some smoke rising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I was at 24 hates. Let's make it a nice quarter century. This thing is really, really, really fucking bad. We got a flaming bag of dog shit.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Yep.
Awful.
It took a long time to get to 1, and now we've had a good stretch of flaming bags of dog shit.
Yeah, thanks, Des. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think she's responsible for 2 of our 4 flaming bags of dog
Ooh.
shit or something.
I mean, I'm glad. This is definitely something we had never tried before. I never would try, so I'm glad we tried it. But holy shit, is it bad?
Yeah. Awful.
All right. Before we get to our last 2, we're going to do a little segment. You Drank Dat. So, Chad, why don't you take us through?
So before we get to the You Drank Dat, I have a second surprise segment for you guys. This one's very quick. This is a brand new segment. Surprise segment! Surprise segment! This one's just called Chad's Question of the Week. So here's my question of the week for you. Why couldn't that hunchback just install a sprinkler system? You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck are you talking about?
And Notre Dame! Notre Dame
Jesus
burned down.
Christ.
Why didn't the hunchback put in a
Okay.
sprinkler system?
Yep.
Hunchback? More like numbskull, am I right? All right, there we go.
What the fuck?
Oh,
There we
there's so
go.
many levels of why that's wrong.
Hey, nobody died. It's okay. So,
The first of
right,
which
nobody died.
is that, I mean, the main reason that's wrong is it was just super fucking confusing. And
Yeah, that joke died. That's
all right, so that was the first and last installment of Chad's Question of the Week. All right, so
Also, it's a question of the week that will be 2 months in arrears by the time this comes out.
all right, so you drank that time. So we've got it's a Hawaiian episode, so we've got ourselves some Hawaiian Punch. Nothing more Hawaiian than Hawaiian Punch. Now, we all ended up having to buy a gallon jug of this because that seems to be the smallest size that it comes in, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Like, it barely fits in my fridge. It's a really huge gallon for some reason. So what is the flavor that we're trying? I actually don't have red something or other.
Fruit juicy red.
Fruit
Okay.
juicy red.
So Guy, you're the only one who brought the jug with them. So what percent juice is actually in Hawaiian Punch?
What
Does it say
percent
somewhere?
juice?
No percent? Is that why?
Water, high fructose corn syrup, and less than 2% of concentrated juices, fruit puree, and all the other junk. So not very much. Oh, it says contains 5%. Okay, at the top.
I didn't look this up to see if there's any actual connection to the state of Hawaii and this drink. Like if the whoever started it came from Hawaii.
I'm going to guess no.
Just
a shot in the dark.
think I read somewhere that
Nothing
the
to do with
sport of boxing started in Hawaii. And so every time they would slug someone in the face, they called it a Hawaiian punch. And then they just named it after that. But don't look that up. That's not.
Did the governor give you a Hawaiian donkey punch?
Yes. Yeah, during his climax. That's what it was. And then he gave me a lei.
I suspect Hawaiian Punch has about as much to do with Hawaii as like Tang does to do with the Tang Dynasty.
Right.
Right. Yes.
All right. You guys have had this before, right? At least some point in your life, I'm sure.
Ooh, maybe as a
don't
kid,
remember.
but I honestly don't remember.
My son was very excited to see me bring this in. Apparently he's had it at school or something. Not school. Somewhere. I don't know where he's had it. Oh, he has it when we go to Popeye's Chicken. They have Hawaiian Punch there, and he got really excited.
You know what? Now that I think of it, they do have it in like soda
like the
dispensing
fountain drink.
machines sometimes. Yeah.
Hold on, they need a weight belt to fucking pour this out. This thing. Jesus Christ.
Why is it such a big and awkward
There's
shaped
not even
gallon?
a handle.
It's weird.
It's got a little plastic handle, like old fashioned milk jug would.
Is it more than a gallon? It seems bigger than a gallon of milk.
It says 1 gallon, but I agree with you.
And it says 1 gallon.
I went to the store to get it and bought it with maybe 6 other things, so I was carrying around one of those baskets. And I made the dire mistake of getting this first, and then I was like, had done my entire week's workout by the time I got to the checkout counter.
When I poured mine into the cup, I thought that I'm like, this gallon is so unwieldy. I took it over the sink and poured it into the cup over the sink because I was like, there's at least a 40% chance I'm just gonna spill this shit everywhere. But I didn't. So great story.
All right, we need a rating system, Chad.
Yeah, sure. So Geiger alluded to it earlier with Punch, and Punch is, of course, the sport of boxing. And so we have a boxing
Punch is the sport of boxing.
rating
Right.
system. Yeah, Punch is the sport of boxing. Oh boy, I meant to say boxing is the sport of punches.
Also, really not that
Fuck
great of a
me.
saying. Right.
All right.
Welcome to the World Punching Association. Mike Tyson's box out.
So we've got 3 different famous boxers here for our rating system. So starting at the top, I don't actually know shit about boxing, but let's just say the greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali. In the middle, grill master himself, George Foreman. And then at the bottom, Mike, I'm gonna eat your children, Tyson. So that's our rating system.
I actually like the idea of Mike Tyson's box out, where it's just a rebounding
It's a
game.
basketball game, yeah. There he is, boxing out. It's all about like fundamentals.
All right, so I guess you guys have probably already been drinking it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different flavor than Kool-Aid. Like maybe not flavor, but a different taste. Maybe the sugar just sits differently. I don't know how to describe it, but it maybe tastes a little fruitier than like a Kool-Aid. But it's a very close cousin to Kool-Aid.
Now that I've had it, it's definitely a familiar flavor, which means we think I might be had it more than I thought as a kid. But I'm with you. It definitely tastes different than other fruit juices, but not so different that it's easy to explain, if that makes sense.
It smells very sweet, is what I'll say. I think it actually smells sweeter than it tastes.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. But it has that same thing that like Kool-Aid well, actually, no. I think it tastes more artificial than Kool-Aid. And I know there is not like a Kool-Aid tree or whatever. Like they're both just chemicals. But this one tastes more artificial to me for some reason.
All right, Geiger, it's your turn to start off. Which boxer is this drink most like?
This is yet another fruit drink we should point out that has little to no nutritional value. This thing is just a cup of sugar water. Diabetes in a bottle is what this is. But having said that, who doesn't like diabetes? I think it tastes...
Diabetics?
Yeah, that's probably true. Doctors love it because Big Pharma... Okay, we won't do that. I actually think it tastes good. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's terrible. But oh, really?
I was a little surprised by that.
It wasn't
continue.
like shock or anything. It was just like, oh, okay, that's the life you want to live? That sounds fine. Okay. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to be judged by a lot of people on this planet for my diet. Mr. Ate a sleeve of Chips Ahoy in one sitting isn't going to be it. I would like if we were giving this the old 5-pointer, I would say it's in between an indifferent and a like that because I'm forced to choose on the 3. I know, relax. I mean, I think the problem with the scale is that I don't think this deserves to be associated with Muhammad Ali. Face of courage in America, but that's what I'm gonna do, I guess. I like it, so I guess I'll give it a Muhammad Ali, as dumb as that sounds.
Look at you floating like a butterfly.
So Chad, which box? From the look on your face when he said that he liked it.
Is this Glass Joe or King
Hippo? You don't.
This thing is horrible. It's bad. It's just like sugar water. There's no actual like substance or any like recognizable taste. But this is bad. This is getting a face tattoo. I mean, a Mike Tyson. This is horrible. It's really bad.
I think this will be the first time in the history of You Drank Dat that we get all 3 ratings.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure, because it's fine. This is not...
You grilling up a rating over there?
This is not that gross. It's not great, I agree. But it's not terrible. And in a pinch, I would drink it. So I'm going to give it the George Foreman So really, we can't tell you anything about whether you should drink Hawaiian Punch.
Well, I think it's like, to me, and I think back like we did the V8 Splash. Not V8 because that was terrible, but V8 Splash.
Yeah.
This is better than that
Yeah.
to me. Even
Yeah,
though
I agree.
V8 Splash is probably healthier.
It's indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Yeah. This to me, this is like the same as like Tang or or V8 Splash.
Did you guys ever use the George Foreman grill?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
one for like a decade and used it all the time to
It's very handy to cook one burger at a time. The version I had. Yeah.
Why? I mean, they're gone now. Like nobody uses them, right? Isn't it just? It's a
I think they're
passing
still
fad?
popular like in college dorms and stuff, but certainly
Yeah.
nobody our age because we can have like real grills and like actual good cooking equipment, right?
Yeah, when you're in a small apartment or a dorm and you don't really have much access to like countertop space, you can stick a little Foreman grill on there, and you're usually cooking for one or two. I think they're fine, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how healthy they are just by angling downward and letting fat drip out, but other than that, they're good.
It is such a pain in the ass to clean too.
Yes.
Like getting that stuff out of there. I remember the biggest, one of the dumbest cooking things I did was with a George Foreman grill, where like I was trying to make my own burrito, you know. So I had like cooked up some some like hamburger meat or whatever, and broke it up and put it with some cheese and blah blah blah. And then I wanted to sort of like cook it. Like sometimes places will put the tortilla in, they'll like kind of grill the tortilla a little bit. So I took the tortilla and I put it on the Foreman grill and like closed the lid on it, which probably not that smart because I wasn't trying to make a panini. I was trying to make a burrito, and it sort of like squished it in such a way that then when I opened the thing, like it just totally unwrapped and the meat and stuff just like flew all over the counter. It just kind of somehow popped out. And then I was like, all right, well, I am no, I don't know who's a famous chef. I am
George
no Thomas
Foreman?
Keller here. Yeah, I'm no George Foreman. Because I can't make a fucking burrito on a George Foreman grill.
All right. Well, that was You Drank Dat, and we still got two snacks to go. So now we're going to move on to what is apparently called Enjoy Golden Senbai Seaweed Flavor, which doesn't describe at all what we're
It's a
eating.
rice cracker. It's seaweed flavor. It's Golden Senbai. Enjoy is the brand name, and that's all I can literally tell you about it. So these come in little individually wrapped packages, and it's two crackers that kind of look like almost like very pale and much wider versions of like a Nutter Butter cookie, like that kind of shape. They're shaped like a peanut almost, but they're very flat and white,
Yeah.
and they have little green specks on them.
They must have been in a large bag with the bunch because
Yes.
you gave me 3 or 4 individually wrapped packages.
Yeah, and there's no nutritional information and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's holding up the bag. Golden Senbai.
Yeah, you have the package, so tell us about it.
They are 150 calories per serving and servings per container at 5. Huh? Serving size is 8 of these things. If you really want to dig in. The ingredients are rice, palm oil with TBHQ, which is tertiary butyl hydroquinone antioxidant. So that's a good sign that the second ingredient is basically Franken oil.
It's actually Franken Oil's Monster.
Also, Chad, you'll enjoy this. It's a product of Thailand.
These have. I feel like that joke was underappreciated.
No, I don't think
These,
it's
These have like absolutely no smell, basically, and I don't know if they have that much taste either.
I think there's a decent flavor on the outside. I wouldn't describe it as seaweed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is. But if you just lick the outside, right? It's almost like salty and sweetness both on there.
They're very crunchy. Also, another very crunchy snack.
All right, Chad, you are in line here to go first. So, what do you think of the old Enjoy Great Golden Senbai Seaweed Flavor?
I mean, it's a fucking rice cracker, right? Like, what did we expect? I don't know. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. There should be more though. Like you said, I don't really taste seaweed. I just kind of taste generic seasoning on the outside. There needs to be more flavor there for this to be something that I would ever go back to. It's not really offensive though. I hate to be so wishy-washy, but indifferent to that.
I see some potential here. I actually kind of like the flavor. It's a little less bland than say on that recent episode we had those like Mary's Gone crackers that just to me were completely tasteless. Geiger with the, with the shit-eating grin.
Are you gonna drink the Hawaiian Punch
With the
straight out the
shit-eating
jug?
grin is putting two hands around the Hawaiian Punch
I'm
jug.
thirsty.
And now taking a swig straight from I'm thirsty. Oh, you're fucking I'm hungry and I'm thirsty excuses for why you down all this stuff.
Oh, I have diabetes now.
I like the flavor a little bit. I think they're meant to be used with something. Dip them with some kind of sauce or something on these crackers. I don't know what you dip them in. I really don't, but maybe poi or something. Another Hawaiian word.
Poi, huh?
Maybe put like some smashed avocado on them. Might
Sure.
be pretty good.
But I think they'd be a decent
I can see
vehicle because they're I like the saltiness to them.
Yeah.
I'm going to I feel a little down on some of these Hawaiian snacks, and so I feel like the shittiness of a few of the other ones has raised this for me a bit. But I am going to give it a low level like that. So we've got an indifferent and a like. Geiger, what do you think?
I'm probably leaning more with Chad on this one. I like seaweed flavored crackers and stuff like that, and I just didn't taste any seaweed. They're kind of salty, but there was some weird, like almost sweet aftertaste to it that I didn't quite get. I like this kind of cracker. I definitely like the texture, how crunchy it was. And I like that they're a little bigger and like firmer, where you could dunk them in something like poi or like molten lava or any other of Hawaii's treats. But I would probably just give it an indifferent. To me, I wish they had a little bit more seaweed flavor or like a saltier flavor than what they had.
So we do have a tie here right now. The macadamia nuts and these seaweed crackers have both managed to get a single like. That's the kind of competition that we're going up here against today. And I've left this for last purposely because it's just sort of the most different. And we've got some squid. And it says Enjoy. Again, it's this Enjoy company. Shredded Soft Ika. Or Ika, I don't know how you say that. But it is basically what seems to be dried squid.
Yep. A product of China.
It says it's time to enjoy life.
It's about time.
It is about time we enjoyed life and start eating dried squid. I've been meaning to get around to that.
Do you think Des is actually secretly hates us and is trying to like kill us? Like she doesn't want the podcast on the air anymore, so she sends us.
I
these
may
things.
or may not have spoken to her, and she may or may not have known we would have hated those hot chips she gave us that one first time. I just wanted to hear us gag on camera. On, I don't know, recording.
I feel like, and this is listing sugar and salt, I feel like maybe that's just a trend here we're noticing that things are both sugary and salty with a lot of these snacks.
Yeah. Do you guys like squid in general?
Yes, big fan.
Me too. Have you had it, Novak? Like calamari?
I've had it. I'm just pretty indifferent to a higher dislike. In terms of seafood, maybe probably not my least favorite, but this tastes. The consistency at first reminds you of trying like jerky.
A little bit.
It's like kind of a little bit
like a soft jerky.
Yeah, it comes apart a little easier. Like turkey jerky.
One of the best street food snacks I ever had was I was in Japan and somebody was where was I? Yokohama. And somebody was just like on the side of the street with like a grill set up and they just had a bunch of squid skewers. And they were just cooking them right there on the grill, and you go up and pay them whatever. They give you like a skewer of squid, and it was like fucking delicious. Just walking down the street, munching on this squid.
These are a little sweeter than I was expecting. I think I expected more of a salty drive.
They are sweet.
That's with all this stuff. It's just everything's just a little sweeter than you might think.
Hawaii's the land of
So
sweet
even
treats.
these rice crackers had like a odd sweetness to them
Yeah.
for some reason. I'll start this one off. It's definitely a little better than I thought. I would have no problem eating this. I don't love the aftertaste. It's okay. I'm gonna go right down the middle with an indifferent to that. I could see if you were a big seafood fan, I would actually recommend this. I see Geiger just putting it in his mouth like a bunch of Big League Chew. And actually it does kind of a Big League Chew look to it. So I'm going to go indifferent. Geiger, what do you think?
I wish it was a little less sweet. I'll say that. But I like it. I like seafood a lot. I like squid a lot. It has that seafood taste without being overly fishy. And now, again, maybe the sweetness is covering that up just a little bit. I would have preferred a little more salt to it, but I really like this. I would give it a solid like that. I mean, again, I don't know if I would just walk around down the street eating a bag of squid, but a pinch here and there as a nice snack, I think it'd be good. So, yeah, I'm like that. Surprising. I thought it would be cool to try and not all that tasty, but this is pretty good.
Let's say you're like in the governor's house.
Right.
It's the middle of the night. You get up. You're hungry. You go down. He's got a bunch of squid in his pantry.
Mm-hmm.
Would you eat it then?
Yep. So wait a minute. Why am I just going to his pantry eating his snacks? Have I had sex with him already, or
You're wearing his
Yes.
T-shirt.
okay?
Right.
Wearing his T-shirt.
But right as your hand reaches for the squid,
Mm-hmm.
he catches your wrist. Like we didn't know he was there.
Oh wow.
And then he says, "If you want to eat this, you must eat it off my prone body." And then
Right before I enter his pantry, he takes my hand and puts it on his pantry
Mhm.
and says, "If you like squid, you're gonna love this tentacle beast." And he pulls out his 7 dicks. I don't know. That's a weird fanfic we just wrote on the spot.
I always regularly refer to my pants as my pantry.
I have when you open up the closet, there's an array of pants. I go, check out the pantry, gents. All these pants on display.
All right, Chad, what do you think?
Uh,
This is if you give it a like, it's going to be the champion for the day.
Yeah. Well, Des, you've redeemed yourself. These things are a real pleasant surprise. I didn't know what to expect going in, and I just found myself continuously putting them in my mouth. I would return to any pantry, governors or otherwise, to get more of these. And yeah, I think these are really, really good. So like that, and thank you for sending these my way.
All right, so the squid comes out of the darkness to take home the victory. I didn't not necessarily see that one coming, but a strong victory at that. Now, technically, does a hula girl have a pantry?
I think she has a grass skirt tree, doesn't she?
Geiger, can you confirm
Yeah.
when you were with the governor
Uh-huh.
and it was getting all hot and steamy and it generated so much steam that the fire alarm got triggered in the governor's mansion, did the sprinkler system shoot out Hawaiian Punch?
Yes.
Can you confirm?
Yes, it did. And I had to remove my face from the king's Hawaiian buns. In this case, the governor's Hawaiian buns. And then run outside in my grass. He made me wear a grass skirt, so it was kind of awkward. But
Great.
And was the sprinkler system installed by a hunchback?
yeah.
The Hunchback of Hawaii.
Yeah.
That famous character from literature, the Hunchback of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Quasi Hige.
Yeah, I think if we could take one lesson from today's episode is that we need to stop letting hunchbacks install sprinkler systems. They're not qualified. they don't understand how to do it.
All right, Geiger, where should... There's going to be a lot of people wanting to talk to us now. after this,
Right.
so-
Lots of special interest groups. And
where Where can they get in contact with us?
I think the governor of Paris is ready to complain already. He's already typing up his complaint.
Governor of Paris?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for Hunchback of
That's a
Notre
thing.
Dame. I'm like, we talked about the governor of Hawaii for a fucking hour. The governor of Paris.
No, he's fine with it all. He loved
Governor
it.
Paris? I never fucked him.
I lost his number years ago. Look, I'm just saying that if you're a governor, you can get it.
Slide into our DMs, governors of the world.
If you'd like to meet up on my new site, governorsdate.com, you don't have to be lonely at governorsonly.com.
Okay, when you were there, did he say to you, come dance at my governor's ball sack?
Sure did. Yep, that's what he did.
Here we go.
Here we go. Something special for you, girl. Yeah. He definitely drizzled honey over his ball sack and said, would you like to try my honey roasted macadamia nuts? And then he put them in my mouth.
What was roasted about that?
Well, he held them over a fire. I don't fucking know. We live near a volcano. Anyway.
You lived with the governor?
Look, he's a passionate guy. And I got swept up by the movement. And, yeah, Pearl Harbor, never forget.
Well, give our contact info.
Hey, you're the one that wanted to get into my love life. You can let us know what you think about our opinions, suggest snacks, ask us questions for the mailbag that we haven't done in a while. That we completely forgot about because no one ever sent us questions. You can give us any sort of feedback you want at youtrydat@gmail.com. You can also interact with us and or listen to the podcast through Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have various hashtags and groups and postings in all those locations, and we'd be happy to hear from you, and thanks for listening.
All right, and that'll do it for the Hawaiian episode. But we'll be back soon when we'll be trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.